Hey guys, welcome to this video on the Salesforce.com platform. So in this video, we want to write a trigger and send some email. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is go to our setup page by clicking setup right here. And as you can see, it just kind of refreshes my page because I'm already on the setup page. We're going to go down to create, well, build and then create. And we're going to go to the objects link here, because we want to create a trigger on an object, specifically on the IBM employee object that I have here, which is a custom object where I imported data from a CSV file from Kaggle.com on IBM employee data, which I believe is fictional data based off of IBM data scientists actually. So let's go ahead and click that. On this custom object, I have a bunch of custom fields that I created here. You can see under API name, which is what we're going to use in our trigger to make it work. And you can see the field labels right here to the left of the API name. All right, we're going to scroll down here till we get to triggers, where you can see that I have a trigger called predict IBM employee, but we're going to create a brand new trigger. So we're going to click this new button here, and it kind of gives us this text that's predefined a little bit, but it wants us to give it a name, this trigger a name, and some events. All right, so we need to figure out first what we want our trigger to do, and I want the trigger to, one, update the employee's manager's email address on that employee's record. Two, I want to increment the employee's monthly income by 5% if they've been at the company for 10 years. And three, I want to send a message, email to that employee's manager, stating that the employee's income is going to increase. And I put another condition in there, like if their age is greater than 21, something very arbitrary. All right, so let's go ahead and give our trigger a very short name. So we'll name it IBM underscore employee underscore salary underscore increase. So like I said, nice and short. I'm just kidding, that's pretty long. All right, so that's going to be our trigger name. And we want to do all of these operations on the record before we insert it into the database. So we're going to say, or before we insert into the object. So we're going to say before insert. And now let's go ahead and go down here. First thing we're going to do is create a list of our IBM employees. So we have to use the API name of the custom object, which is IBM underscore employee underscore underscore C. And we're going to name it imp. And then we're going to use SOQL to get that list. So I'm going to say select ID and name, which are two fields on every single object within Salesforce, whether you create them or not. Actually, they should already be there. You should not be able to create a field called ID and name at all. All right, so now let's see, we want the manager underscore email underscore underscore C. We want the years at the company underscore underscore C, and we want the age of the employee underscore underscore C. So those are the API names of the fields that we have on this object, IBM employee underscore underscore C. All right, so we want it to get all that information from IBM employee underscore underscore C. And I'm going to just limit the number of records that we get back to 10,000. It's not really necessary, but it's a bit of a habit. All right, so what do we want to do is we want to loop through all of the new employees being inserted into our object and do all those things that I said before, like update the manager's email, um, check to see how many years they've been at the company, and if they've been there for 10 years, then to increment their income, their monthly income by 5%, and then send an email to their manager if they've been both at the company for 10 years and they're older than 21. So we need to loop through all of these records. And we need to loop through all of these new records. So what can we use for new records? There's something called trigger.new, which basically is a list of the new versions of the Salesforce object records. So this returns a list of the new versions of the S object records. Okay, so let's start our loop. We want to loop through IBM underscore employee underscore C. We're going to call it E. That's going to be our variable. And we want to loop through this list, trigger.new. Okay. So first thing we want to do is to update the record's manager email address. So I'm going to put that here, update the manager email address. So we do that just by saying e dot manager underscore email underscore C is equal to, I'm going to make up an email address. You might want to put your email address here because we're going to use this address to send email to. So you can make it your own email address just to kind of verify that this trigger is working for you. All right. So I made up one called manager email at gmail.com. Oh, I said at Gmail. Let me say at gmail.com. And that's good. All right. So next we want to check the years the employee has been at the company. So it's going to be an if statement here. So if e.years at company underscore C is equal to 10, so that means that they've been at the company for 10 years, then we're going to increment their monthly income. So I'm going to put update the employees monthly income by 5%. All right, and in order to do that, we get the monthly income field, monthly income, e.monthly income underscore C, and we're going to set it equal to the new calculated monthly income, which will be e.monthly income underscore C plus e.monthly income underscore C times 0.05. And if you're good at algebra, you could see that this variable here is the same here and here. So we can factor it out. And if we do, then we just get e.monthly income underscore C times 1.05. Okay, and now this makes it really easy. If we wanted to make this 9%, we could just say 9, and then we have to change this to 9. Or if we want it to be 10, we put it 10 here and make sure we have the comment 10 there. But for this video, we're going to use 5%. So let's go ahead and put it back to 5. Okay. So now let's send some email. So we want to send email to the manager if the employee has been with the company for 10 years and is older than 21 for some reason. That's when we will send the email. They have to be older than 21 in order for the manager to receive email. All right, so if e dot years, you know what? This is going to be the same if statement. I'm just going to copy this here and paste it here. And then we're going to add in the second condition. So we're just going to say and e dot age underscore underscore c is greater than 21. Then we're going to send the mail. So before we send mail, we need to kind of set up the email that we're going to send. So first thing I'm going to do is create a list of messaging dot single email message. And I'm going to call this mails with an S. And it's going to equal new list messaging dot single email message. So I'm just going to copy that and paste that here. And then we need our left parentheses and our right parentheses for our constructor or method. All right, so now we have created mails. Now we only want to create a single messaging dot single email message. All right, so I'm going to just take this inside the list here, and we just want a single one, and we're going to call it mail. So mail with no S, and it's going to equal new messaging dot single email message. I just pasted what I had copied already, and then we add the left and right parentheses and then a semicolon. All right. Next, I want a list of strings so that we know, so that way we can have we can add the email addresses that we want to send to. So for this video, we're really only going to use one, but anyways, we're just going to go ahead and create this list string, and we're going to call it send to. And so it's going to be a new list of strings. So I'm going to copy and paste that there, left parentheses, right parentheses, semicolon. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add to our send to list. We're going to add the manager's email. So I just called it manager email at gmail.com. So the same as it is up top. And just to make sure, I'm going to copy this here and we're going to paste it right down here. Okay. All right, so now we need to set up our to address. So it's going to be mail.set to addresses send to. Okay, so that's the list of strings that we have that we're going to be sending our message to. Okay, and we need to set up a reply to address. So we just say mail.set reply to, and I'm gonna make one up. We're gonna call it human resources at gmail.com. Okay, and I want you guys to remember, be sure to put your email address for manageremail@gmail.com if you want to test this when we're done with all of this coding. Okay, so let's set up our sender's display name. So we can just say mail.set sender display name, and we're going to say human resources. Okay, and let's set up our subject. So we can say mail.set subject. Okay, and what do we want to put in the subject? Something bold like urgent employee has been with the company for 10 years. Income, or we'll just say salary increase. I would say monthly income increased. Okay. And let's create our body. Let's make it a string because it needs to be a string. So string body. And we're going to say your employee space. We're going to do the employee's name. So we'll say e.name. Your employee, if their name was Tom, it would say your employee Tom. And then we're going to do another space. Has been with the company for 10 years. Period. That's good enough. All right, and now we need to set our body. So mail dot set HTML body. And then we want to add this mail that we just created to mails to our list. So that's mails with an S dot add mail with no S. Okay, and then finally we want to send a message. So messaging dot send emails mails. Okay, and then that's the end of our if statement there. This will be the end of our loop here. And last but not least, we want to update the IBM underscore employee underscore C records. And we can do that simply by saying update imp, which was the variable we created up top. Okay, so let's do a quick save and hopefully we don't have any errors. And we do, so let's go ahead and check them out. Line 25, it says, line 25, messaging single email message. Okay, let's see here. Line 25, mail dot set to, oh, I misspelled addresses with one D, so it needs to be two Ds here. All right, so let's go ahead and quick save that. Quick save. Oh, so we have another error message on line 32. Let's see, line 32. Messaging dot send emails. It needs to just be email with no S. Okay, so quick save that, and now we have our trigger. Okay, so I've created a tab up here for our IBM employees. So I'm gonna go ahead and click there so we can add a new IBM employee. So I'm gonna click new here, and we have to give this employee a name. So let's call this employee Amanda. And their age will be 23. And let's see, their monthly income, we'll make it probably like 1,000 or 10,000 for their monthly income. That's quite a bit, 10,000. So they're making 10,000 a month. And how many years have they been at the company? So it's down here, years at company. They've been at the company for exactly 10 years. All right. So let's go ahead and save this. All right. And what we can see now is that their monthly income has increased to 10,500. So 500 was a 5% increase. And the years at the company is still the same, but now their manager email has been updated with manageremail@gmail.com, and it sent an email successfully, which I'm not going to show in this video, that it actually does work and sends the email, but trust me, it does. You can try it out yourself. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any questions you have in the comment section. Don't forget to click that like button and that subscribe button. And if you found this video helpful, please share it. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I see you all in the next video.